Hey guys, welcome. This is the Credit Repair Challenge, day one. And what we're going to do, we're going to focus on 5 days of making sure that you take the activities necessary to make sure that you have your repairs of your credit in place. All right. So 1, 2, 3, let's get started.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how my econ, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before my econ, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing my econ, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
All right, Michael here. We're back. So let's jump right on into day one of correcting. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a testimony so you can see when you are increasing your credit, you are actually decreasing the amount of interest that you're paying, thereby increasing your cash flow. And that's what we're all about. We're all about increasing your cash flow. All right, so let's jump right in. Day one, we're going to focus on payment history. Okay. So when we're looking at payment history, a lot of you may be thinking, okay, what is, that concerning, because I have, so much dates or so much time left in the dates to where it is a grace period, or you say, right? So we need to know what's happening within those grace periods. When do we need to make sure that we're making those payments to get the, bad, poor, fair, good, or excellent credit, right? Right. So payment history, how well have you paid your bills? Most commonly known factor of your credit score, okay? And generally, what you're thinking about, it has a big impact on your score. Payment history is measured in increments of 30, 60, 90, 120, 180, okay? So therefore, they're still just like school, right? They're still giving you grades all the way through, okay? So you could be 25 days late and it still not be reported on your credit file, okay? So that's an important thing to know. Yet, you will still be charged a late fee, but it won't be reported to your credit file, okay? That's an interesting thing and that you need to understand, okay? So, credit score. What is a good credit score? Best credit, excellent credit, good credit, right? So, it starts out between 800 to 850, and bad credit all the way to 300 to 599, and everywhere in between, okay? Because everything in between gives you what? Different interest rates. So the lower your interest rate, the more money you're able to keep and to actually fulfill your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle all at the same time. So you see, 850 minus 300, where we all start, that leaves us with 550 points that are available to build your credit score. Right. So let's dig a little deeper into the payment history. We address the whole score. Okay. So when you are getting ready to get it done, or whether it's DIY or whether it's done for you process with us, we address the whole score. The score ranges between 300 to 850. Available points is 550 points, right? And then the payment history is 35% of your credit score, right? That's huge. That's bigger than 1/3 of your credit score, right? So payment history is 192.5 of the points, right? So that becomes the largest factor of your score. Now, if you have perfect payment history, you will still only have a 492.5 score. Okay, so look and see exactly how, right, we're going to put together your credit house. We're going to put it together room by room. Okay, so account types, that's what's next. What shows up on your credit report? Credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, mortgages, bankruptcies, right? So we have the different things, the installment accounts. Those are things like the home. Retail accounts, those are your store accounts, right? Credit cards, those are what we call revolving accounts, right? So your mortgage, bankruptcies, lawsuits, tax liens, all those things are upon the types that can show up on your credit report, right? So if you're taking notes, this is definitely recorded. You can get it back a little later and rewatch this, okay? Because we have this inside of the course that you're presently in, all right? So now this is the late payments. We're talking about reporting details about negatives, right? Derogatories, as some say, okay? How late you were, how much you owed, how recently did it occur, how many of them are there, okay? So when you're looking at these things, these are the things that can be disputed if they are incorrect. And a lot of things, there are over 100, maybe 200 things I could remember on the Fair Credit Reporting Act that must be adhered to, okay? So if all these things or any of these things are not reporting correctly, they can be disputed. The credit report also shows your on-time payment history. So you want to start building that up. No matter where you are right now, you have to start building on-time payment history, okay? Now, if you can't pay your bills, something, a little tip, right? Because what we focus on is increasing cash flow tips and hacks. And if you can't pay your bill, here's a little short tip. And you don't juggle paying bills, decide who is not getting paid, right? So those are some things that you have to focus on when you're looking at the differences in what you shouldn't do, right? All those different pieces is a very important part that it plays, okay? Now, as you are paying everyone else, don't be pressured by the bill collector, right? You have to decide accordingly where you are right now to where you need to, where you wanted to go, what you need to do in between, okay? So those are some tips. Don't juggle. Decide who's not getting paid. Pay everyone else. Don't be pressured by the bill collector. It's easier to later fix one or two accounts than 10, right? So remember I was saying about the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. These are laws to protect consumers against the misuse and misreporting of your credit information. You have a right to, and you should exercise that right under the FCRA, right? So that means erroneous things, outdated information, all those things have to be removed, okay? Many items are removed due simply to poor record keeping, okay? So let's look into more in the payment history. So solution, okay? We talked about, okay, where you are, what it is that you should be looking for, what makes it bad, what makes it good, right? So the solution, we have 4 simple letters: debt validation letter, a method of verification letter, a violation of FCRA rights letter, a violation of FCRA rights letter, an intent to litigate letter, okay? And see, there are also some other options and other letters that can be used depending on your individual situation. So, is it serious enough to actually have better credit? Would you like to reduce the amount of interest that you're paying? Okay. Would you like to then increase the amount of cash flow that is coming into your household by decreasing the payments that are going out, right? So, and you do not file a lawsuit if you know the debt legally belongs to you. Okay? So, day one action step: open your Credit Karma account, right? And that's a free, version. But if you're ready to go, and you're ready to actually take the steps to get your credit better, let's go ahead and we can get you with a dollar trial that you can get a really good pull for your credit, right? But if you're just, interested and you're, completing this particular, challenge, then go ahead and get you a free Credit Karma account. It's a little bit, varied in the numbers. Okay. So, just keep that in mind. It could be a little bit up, a little bit down. Okay. So provides a Vantage score, look at scores, look at your payment history. So when you're doing these things, do not do anything with the information just yet. You want to make a note on what's on your report. Okay. When you're doing that now, you've taken that day one action step. Okay. And see, that's what we have for you today. We want to make sure it's real simple, in and out. We want to make sure that you're able to do the things, that are in each day, right? So this is Michael Holmes in the R.E.A.L University, just simply saying, guys, we have an increasing cash flow mindset. And with this increasing cash flow mindset, you're able to do the things that you have a purpose to do, right? We want to increase your credit, increase the cash flow that's coming in your house so that you can increase the peace that is also coming into your house and staying into your house, right? So guys, I see you on the other side of purpose. Peace.